Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. One of the major reasons why Nigerians actually took a liking during the campaign of President Muhammadu Buhari was the fact that he promised change, and also the fact that he was a retired military general. So the issue of insurgency, insecurity, and Boko Haram will be a thing of the past. Comparing him directly with the ex-president Jonathan, who seemed to have little or no knowledge of military since the fact that he was a civilian and a civilian president. Now Nigerians are now crying seriously over the level of insecurity. President Muhammadu Buhari have decided to speak up once and for all over this, and is making very huge promise. I don't know how visible it is, but he seemed to be confident of what he's saying, that Nigerians will definitely smile again. I'm just paraphrasing. And of course, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, has also come to speak over the same issue. It's a serious one. Propaganda or not, Nigeria is in for this. Before we go to the newspaper, it's actually 2-in-1 news. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Where the President Muhammadu Buhari has vowed not to leave office a failure. Buhari said his administration would tackle the issue of insecurity bedeviling Nigeria before 2023. The president spoke at the National Council on Security meeting held at the State House on Thursday. President, during the meeting ahead, or rather, President, take that again. President, during the meeting are heads of security agencies who gave updates on security operations around the country. Addressing the State House correspondent after the meeting, the National Security Advisor (NSA) Major General Babajide Mongono said Buhari expressed his determination to effect more changes in the security architecture of the country if necessary. Mongono quoted the president as saying he would continue to make changes in security architecture until he is satisfied with the outcome. According to Mongono, Boko Haram members in their numbers are surrendering in the northeast. Never had such large numbers leave the terrorist camp owing to the relentless activity of the security agencies, he said. But very quickly, before we take what former president of Nigeria, that's what Olusegun Obasanjo has to say, don't forget that this same issue of Boko Haram is saying that they are coming out in their numbers. Hear what a prominent Nigerian, Babajide, has got to say. It's actually a strong one. He said, on Wednesday, Babajide shared his thoughts on the repentant Boko Haram members who recently surrendered to the Nigerian government. Here is he said the government is planning a de-radicalization program for repentant Boko Haram members, but there are people in the IDP camps who have been subjected to a life of misery by this Boko Haram. Now, in Maiduguri alone, there are more than 20 IDP camps, and all local government headquarters in Borno State are IDP camps. The people in IDP camps live from hand to mouth based on the wickedness visited upon them. But the de-radicalization of repentant Boko Haram members has become a big issue for the governor of Borno State. If you look closely, you realize that ISWAP, which is another sect, has refused to surrender. Now, the Shekau faction of Boko Haram have been sending their wives and children and other members of their families to surrender. These are not the active Boko Haram members. That is why you see a lot of women and a few men with their weapons. If Boko Haram is surrendering, where are their gun trucks and the anti-aircraft guns? That is why I'm saying that the government needs to be careful that the de-radicalization of repentant insurgents does not backfire. Now, this is what Nigerians are saying, that let it not be that this is going to be movement from the internal to the external, that Nigerians or the government of the day needs to watch it very carefully over how things are turning out. But let's find out, of course, what Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has got to say over the same issue of insecurity. And he's saying Nigeria's situation is really not that bad. It's bad, but it's not irredeemable. Well, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, on Thursday said, though the situation in Nigeria is very bad, it is not irredeemable. Obasanjo said this after a closed-door meeting with the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which is seconders, at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The former president said that every right-thinking Nigerian Nigeria knows that the Nigerian situation is very bad, but it is not redeemable. The former president expressed concern that the nation is not where it is supposed to be. And I can't agree with you more. Every right-thinking Nigeria and every level of Nigeria will agree that Nigeria is not what it should be today, unless there's something else wrong with them. The situation is bad, very, very bad, but the situation is not irredeemable. That is where the hope lies. The situation is very bad. Therefore, we need all hands on deck. Let's put partisan politics apart and think of what we can do to get Nigeria to where it's supposed to be and move Nigeria forward. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo said, Nigerians are already tired of promises. Nigerians want solution, practical solution. Already the president himself has promised Nigerians that he will not leave Nigeria as a failure. He will not leave that Aso Rock seat as a failure. That before 2023 will fix the nation. To start with, we are thinking of gazetting or thinking of revisiting the grazing route in 21st century, where people are now thinking of ranching and moving on. Already in some part of the north, one major northern state have been giving monies in billions to see how they can, start up the issue of ranching. Then why are we not looking in the issue of ranching in the northern part? Why are we looking into the issues of gazetting routes again? For some of these routes have been overtaken by technology. Are we still going to go back through nomadic system of rearing cattle, the old system, pastoral kind of rearing cattle? Have we not gone beyond that? Technology have overtaken some certain things. It's just like as it is right now, where there are mails, electronic mails one can send in a drinking of an hour with the speed of light. It gets to the recipient, and you're thinking of doing mails. I'm talking about letter writing, sending it from one country to another country. At this jet, why not make use of the technology that is available to you, and stop with that you are going the crude 1972 way or 1415 way? Doesn't make you a more careful person. It just means that you are not innovative enough. And at this stage where people are thinking of building, flying cars, we are still in the system of moving from one place to another, wasting precious time and money and, spaces that would have used for something much more there. Don't forget, we already have population explosion already in Nigeria. Those routes will take much more spaces that Nigerians can ill afford. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. We actually had 3 news. One is the fact that the president has promised not to leave the state or leave the throne or the Aso Rock until it makes security situation perfect. And of course, Olusegun Obasanjo has reacted to the fact that Nigeria's situation is bad, but she's not irredeemable. And of course, the issue of Boko Haram, when the president raised it, another prominent Nigerian saying de-radicalizing Boko Haram and bringing them back into the system could spell doom for Nigeria. Listen to